While most Canadians got their shots, a vocal minority disagreed.
The whole point to this is, number one, to end the mandates for truckers. We need our truckers need to roll.
And the protests rocked the country to its core.
There is no place in our country for threats, violence, or hatred. It needs to stop. The federal government has invoked the Emergencies Act to address the blockades and occupations.
You've had a difficult year. You've faced a lot of vitriol and hate as well, and I'm wondering how you've dealt with that this year particularly.
Well, I think, first of all, the folks who had the tough time this year, particularly the early beginning of the year with the convoy, were the folks facing occupations in their neighborhoods, the folks seeing disruptions to supply chains that are already strained around the world, and being able to respond to it.
Here, a selfie with Justin Trudeau still has appeal.
Thank you. All right, you're very welcome. You know, people facing significant disruptions that were no fun for a lot of people.
But the anti-vax vibe appears entrenched among some Canadians.
Hey there, Justin, when are you going to lift all the restrictions?
How do you respond to a gentleman like that who says that there are restrictions still around? There's still a lot of anger.
You know, what we have to do is try and engage with people as best you can. Try and counter some of the negative narratives, the broken.
Right now?
I suspect he won't really be listening to me, but I'm willing to try. Sir, why don't you come on over? Come on over. Sorry. So, what's your name? You have a first name?
I do.
What's your first name?
My name's Attila.
Hello, Attila. I'm Justin.
Yes.
So, what is your biggest concern right now?
So my biggest concern is all the restrictions that we have at the borders, the hassles that people have. I was detained coming back from Chicago.
Okay.
And I was made to
when
show
was that?
August.
August, okay. So the restrictions were still in place at that point?
Correct. Are they all gone now?
Most of them are absolutely gone, yes.
And they're going to be gone for good.
But that depends on COVID, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
And
If the situation comes back, we're going to have to be responding. Every step of the way, we've listened to doctors, we've listened to public health experts to do what we can to keep Canadians safe.
So why are Canadians being doctors? People like, let's say, Stephen Malthouse, people like Robert Malone.
Okay.
Why are they being so restricted and shunned?
I don't know those doctors you're talking to. What we focus on is public health experts, pandemic researchers, the kinds of people who've actually gave us the recommendations that led Canada to having a far less damaging and deadly pandemic than many places around the world, even as we saw our economy come back stronger. Every step of the way, we'll listen to science and doctors, and that's what we're here to get to it.
So what happened in Ottawa with the truckers was a good thing?
No, it wasn't. It was a very difficult time for citizens of Ottawa because it was also a difficult time for a lot of people who were worried about their futures across the country.
I was there. It was one of the most peaceful places I've ever been to.
Well, you know what? There's an open investigation. There's a level of transparency going on with the Commission that will put out a report on whether you're right or me. Anyway, thank you, sir. Oh, you know what? It starts on vaccinations.
Are you surprised that there's still that anger out there?
No, I think Canadians have always been able to have and proud of having a range of diverse views and perspectives, and are comfortable sharing them openly in this city and in this country. That's one of the great strengths of this country, and that's what we're going to continue to make sure everyone can do. Hi there, how you guys doing? Oh, thank you so much.